Noah here for American Trucks. These are the Skyjacker A-arms with heavy-duty ball joints for the 1 to 3 inch lift on a 2009 and newer F-150, excluding the Raptor. Now these guys are going to work really great for an F-150 owner that wants correct suspension geometry and movement after installing a 1 to 3 inch lift or a leveling kit. When you install a 1 to 3 inch lift or level on your truck, your upper ball joint angle is usually pretty drastic, and that can lead to them wearing out very frequently and prematurely. Also, not to mention that it puts stress on every other suspension component and on your tires. Now, a lot of times your camber is way out of adjustment with a 1 to 3 inch lift or level, and that can limit your travel as well as wear your tires out really quickly. Now, the best thing to do when you raise your truck is to install some upper control arms that correct your suspension troubles. Now, these guys actually come with an upgraded heavy-duty ball joint too, so they can handle a lot more abuse than the stock joint, even at the factory angle. Now, probably my favorite part of these heavy-duty ball joints is the fact that they have a grease zerk here on the top, so you can just keep them packed full and operating smoothly. Where these control arms are really going to prove their worth isn't just in the corrected angle, it's actually in the added durability overall. The bushings in the frame side are actually upgraded as well, and the overall construction of the arm itself is really beefy, and these do weigh quite a bit. And this is actually DOM tubular hardened steel with a higher weld strength than the factory control arms. Now these guys are actually going to perform really well under a heavy load and still hold up to some really heavy impacts on the trail. Then, to keep everything from getting rusty, they powder coated everything gloss black. And I think that's a pretty nice touch because when you have the front of your truck raised, you can actually see into the wheel well area, and sometimes things look really crusty. And this black powder coat is gonna help keep things looking really fresh for a long time. Powder coat is actually baked on, it's super durable, and it's gonna last quite a while. Now these guys are a drop-in direct fit upgrade, and they're even backed by a 1-year warranty. So these control arms from Skyjacker cost you around $480 for the pair. Now I believe the price of these is reflected in the build quality and even just in the weight of the metal that's included here and the thickness of the steel. Let me speak from personal experience. When you change your suspension geometry, the things that wear out as a consequence cost a lot more to keep replacing than a set of upgraded control arms. So you're in for an install difficulty of 2 out of 3 wrenches in about 2 hours for the install time. Getting some upgraded control arms installed is usually a pretty simple task, but you do have to jack the truck up off the ground. An hour aside is pretty minimal in terms of time commitment though, so the average DIYer that's looking for some better suspension performance should definitely be able to handle this install at home. Let's take a closer look at that job over in the install bay.
All right, tools we're gonna need is a 3/8 electrical ratchet, 3/8 impact, 1/2 inch impact gun, you got a pry bar, adjustable wrench, you got a hammer, soft blow hammer. Over here you got your wrenches. I got wrenches. Main ones you're gonna need is a 21 millimeter, 15 millimeter, 17 millimeter, and an 18 millimeter. We have 3/8 ratchets, different lengths, and you have a 1/2 inch ratchet, 1/4 inch ratchet. You got your vice grips, zip ties, marker, razor blade, and here we have 1/2 inch sockets. You have a 30 millimeter, 24, 22 millimeter, 21 millimeter. Then we go over to the 3/8, 21 millimeter, 18 millimeter, 15 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 8 millimeter, and then you got your stubbies. I have a 15 millimeter and a 17 millimeter. Alright guys, so we're going to be installing this Skyjacker suspension upper control arms for my 2011 Ford F-150 FX2. We're going to go ahead and take off the brake caliper. We're going to turn the steering wheel to the side, and we're going to go ahead and remove these sockets back here, which are a 21 millimeter. You're going to remove this one here and this one here. So at this point, we're gonna go ahead and remove this 8 millimeter and this 10 millimeter. You can grab 2 zip ties, just tie 2 together. We're gonna go ahead and hang this caliper over here on the sway bar link. Just put it close to the frame and you should be fine. Go ahead and remove it. And go ahead and disconnect the speed sensor from the brake line. Run it through one of the holes here. And then we're going to carry it to the sway bar. You can just slide it back. And there it is. There's no tension on this line. You're good. So now we're going to go ahead and turn the steering wheel back. Straighten it out. Okay. You got your soft blow hammer. It's going to tap rotor. Comes loose. At this point, we're going to go ahead and remove this shield here. It's an 8mm. It's already on the side. You got 3 8mm bolts. Slide it out. 1 on top, 2 in the bottom. To the side. Then you're gonna grab your 5mm Allen, and mine's just a 1/4 inch, so I'm using the 1/4 inch ratchet. Make sure it's nice. Let's go ahead and break it loose. Cut the bolt here. Take it off. Then go ahead and remove the sensor. Just wiggle it back and forth. Just comes off. Set it to the side. Next thing we're gonna get removed is this tie rod end. So we're gonna go ahead and use the 21mm. There it is. We're gonna leave it there. Break it loose with the hammer. Just go ahead and hit the knuckle here on the side. Don't hit the tie rod. You don't want to cause any damage. Just gonna go. Tie rod in. Hit the knuckle here. So knuckle's now free. Now we have to remove this upper control arm here from the knuckle. Do that with a 21mm as well. Have your impact, turn to the side. There it is. Same thing. You wanna put it back together. Grab your hammer again. And you're gonna hit the knuckle there. There it is. Just leave that there for now. We're gonna go ahead and remove the ball joint down here. That one is gonna be the 24mm side. Okay, so now we're pretty much going to do the same thing. We're going to grab the hammer again, and we're going to hit the knuckle right here at the bottom of the base. Make sure we get the knuckle. So we're going to take a few blows. Alright guys, so now we're going to take this bottom ball joint loose. Just gonna hit it with the hammer. There it is. Come back up here. Just kind of lift it up. Probably gonna move to 21mm again. off. Just be there. So now we're going to go ahead and remove this tie rod end here. It's an 18 millimeter. Okay. Got that. Put it to this side. Now we're going to go ahead and remove this bottom bolt on the strut tower. We're going to grab the 30 millimeter socket on this side. We're going to use the adjustable wrench on this side. And then we're going to go ahead and remove the top strut nuts up here, which are going to be 15 millimeter. You got 3, 1, 2, and 1 in the back. 3. Put the flashlight there. You can use either a wrench, break them loose, or just go ahead and remove it. Mine's ratcheting. You can switch over. Right, electrical ratchet. Got the 15 millimeter on there. Just 1. Just 2. 1 more. Very end. There it is. That's 3. At this point, we're gonna go ahead and kind of remove this bolt here. You can put the nut back. Should come off fairly easy. You can tap it back with the hammer. Take it off. Wiggle it loose. Now what we're gonna do is, since we're gonna go ahead and replace these upper control arms, move the light over. We can go ahead and use the 21 millimeter wrench. We're gonna break those bolts loose. You can come in. You can see it here on this left side. My ratcheting wrench fits perfectly here. We're gonna leave it there, and then we're gonna grab, put the light there. Okay. Then we're gonna grab 3/8 electrical ratchet. We're gonna come in through the back of the splash shield here. If we can. Or actually, we can on this side because of the ABS. So, we're gonna go ahead and grab 18 millimeter wrench. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and remove the, we're gonna break the upper control arm loose. That way we can just raise it up and get this strut tower off a little bit easier. I found that to be easier. So for that, we're gonna use the 21 millimeter ratcheting wrench and the adjustable wrench, 21. As you can see here, we can kind of move the strut tower left or right as needed. If we move it to the right, it exposes this left side bolt here, where you can place your ratcheting wrench there. And, or you can use the opposite, actually. Let's see here. Okay, so all we want is just loose, which is there. Now we're gonna slide it over to the left. That way we can easily get to the one over here on the right hand side, if you can see in here. So we're gonna go ahead and place it there. Okay. Place the wrench over here on the outside and just go ahead and break it loose. As you can see there, it came loose, arm came down. Go ahead and move these over. I found easy to do. Put a hammer here, straight through. Holds that upper control arm pretty good there. Okay. So now it's much easier. We can just push on these on this lower control arm down. Just lean on it down, and we should be able to remove that strut tower. So we're gonna push down and out on the strut tower. Okay. Now we can easily just pull the strut tower back and out. There we go. Okay, so now with the strut out of the way and the spacer installed, we're just going to go ahead and remove this upper control arm. It's already broken loose. I'm going to finish it off with the adjustable wrench and electrical ratchet, 21 millimeter. Okay, we got one side loose. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side now. Keep them together, set them to the side. Go ahead and remove your upper control arm. Comes out easily. Here's a quick comparison from your stock to what you're getting. Stock. So we're gonna put the stock in the bottom. This is the new Skyjacker suspension upper control arm. There's a part number there. Gonna go ahead and do everything in reverse. Grab your bolts. Okay. Just do the same thing. Go ahead and install it. There. There it goes. Now just get the nut started there. And on this side. Need to push it back a little bit. Start it up as much as you can. Grab the hammer again. Kind of just hold it in place there. Keeps the upper control arm out of the way. We're gonna go ahead and install our strut assembly with the 2.5-inch spacer. What you want to do, put it back in its place there. We're just going to push down on the upper control arm. Okay, there's one step there. Just keep pushing down, and we're in. Okay. Now they're in place. What we're going to do now is we'll go ahead and remove this hammer from up here that's holding our upper control arm, our Skyjacker upper control arm out of the way. We're going to go ahead and grab the hardware for the spacer. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and install this bottom bolt for the strut tower. Just go ahead and push it in, push down the lower control arm, should go through, start the nut. There we go. Then we're going to go ahead and move up to the top strut tower bolts, 15 millimeter. Do with the electrical ratchet first. Make sure it's on tight. We're going to go back with the wrench, 15 millimeter wrench, and just snug them up. Nice and tight. There it is. Now we're going to go ahead and install the tie rod. It's 18 millimeter. It's okay if it spins out on you. We're going to go ahead and grab, I believe that's an 8 millimeter. Yep. Got the 18 millimeter ratchet on tight. You're gonna put the gun in reverse if you're taking it off. Okay. Do a little snug with the wrench. And you're good. So we got that on. Now we're gonna go ahead and install the knuckle. Be enough for it. Get a few threads started there. Okay. And what you want to do is you can actually leave that hanging there. We're going to bring the floor jacks. There. We're going to go ahead and install the upper control arm. Start it up there. We're going to go ahead and grab the 21, the adjustable wrench and the 21mm wrench. Okay. So what you want to do now is you want to go ahead and tighten up that upper control arm. Okay. Should have enough space. As you can see here, coming from the bottom, grab that bolt from the back, kind of angle it. Okay. So now we can grab and use the 21 electrical ratchet on this side. That up. Just make sure it's nice and tight. Like this. Now we're going to go ahead and move this side over here. You can see, still able to reach that bolt from the inside. There it is. Now we grab the adjustable wrench on this side. Okay. Nice and snug. Now we can go ahead, tighten up the ball joint. It's going to be now it's a 22mm. We replaced it. So now let's not forget we have the guide hole there. You can see here. So we're just gonna which we are. We're gonna go ahead and slide our pin through. Okay. And fold it. Now we're going to do the same to the upper control arm. Now it should be a 21. Nope. It's going to be a 22 as well. Tighten that up. this knuckle over, we can fit our gun. Same thing, has a guide pin there. It's on this side. A little bit. There we go. It's lined up now. Now we're going to push our pin through. Okay, turn it over. Grab the hammer, you're gonna tap it through. Okay. Do this. Bring it back. Let's not forget to tighten up that lower strut bolt there. We're gonna grab our 30mm socket and our adjustable wrench. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and install our speed sensor again. Right back in there. Our 5mm Allen. Tighten this by hand, then we're gonna break it. Nice and snug. Push all the way to the bottom. There it is. Go ahead and put the tie rod. Okay. 21mm tie rod there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and install the shield here. 3 8mm bolts. I'm going to install the rotor. And we're going to install one of the lug nuts. That way we can hold it nice and tight for us so we can put the caliper back. Okay. Now you're going to grab your razor blade. Well, actually, we can go ahead and install these lines here. Alright, let's do the razor blade. We're just going to go ahead and cut your zip ties. Just want to make sure they're okay. Now we just need a 21mm socket. Use the 3/8 one. Twist the steering. is. Line isn't twisted. Right there. Take the lug back off. So just a refresher, we tightened up these top strut tower nuts up here. We tightened up the upper control arm, the upper control arm ball joint, the lower ball joint, tie rod ends tight. We went ahead and tightened up the sway bar link and the brake caliper bracket. So now here's a view of the upper control arm, how it looks.
That was the Skyjacker upper A-arms with the HD ball joints for a 1 to 3 inch lift on the 2009 and newer F-150, excluding the Raptor. For all things F-150, go ahead and keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.